Hello everybody, my name is Ed Travato. How is everyone feeling today? It's a nice Thursday. It was nice earlier, but yeah. Alright, so what is everybody's most valuable asset? Can anyone think of, is it your car? Maybe your telephone? Maybe your computer? Well, according to Warren Buffett, it's your knowledge. Warren Buffett, who is formerly the richest man in the world, says it's your knowledge and your health. is your health, sorry. So I'm going to talk to you a few ways that you can keep healthy and keep not only your physical health, but also your mind and your knowledge. So the first thing is to stay active. Active people are happy. These people would not be able to jump up and down if they weren't at least healthy enough to be able to jump. You know, a few things that you could do is like walk around. That's an easy one. But first of all, there was a study done by Health and Magazine in Athletic Fitness that did the study. I'm sorry. They found 500 people and they split up 250. They found they're all healthy, and they said half you guys walk twice as much as you normally do a day, and the other half do one-half the amount of walking you do every day. The findings were actually staggering. The people who did half the amount of walking, their blood sugars rose, and a few of them even were bordering on obesity. And it was a 3-month study. That's 3 months that people just either walk twice as much or walked half as much. So what you can do is start walking, and that might be a step in the right direction. You know. Secondly, what you can do is stretch. You know, stretching doesn't take a lot of effort. You can stay in you guys could actually be stretching right now. I know I kind of do in class sometimes. My arm's sore. Sometimes I'll get one of these in, or you know. You could be watching TV. It does not take a lot of effort to stretch. Stretching actually improves vitality throughout the body. It creates a relaxing environment. It increases blood flow, and it actually increases confidence and bodily coordination. The way this happens is that when your bodies are contracted, it tightens everything in your body, and it even affects the way that you think. So when you're more relaxed and loose, it allows your body to become more happy and healthy. Third would be lifting weights. And I don't know if you guys know, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know not everybody's going to be able to look like this guy, but look, lifting weights, it doesn't have to be going to the gym and, you know, busting out the bench press and getting as big as you possibly can. You know, that's not for everyone, and you know, it's not for me either. I like to play sports. Sports-related lifting is very light. You know, you have to just keep in shape. But people who lift weights or do some sort of restrainative activity, it's actually easier for them to keep off weight because they burn their calories faster than people who remain at rest. People who lift, actually, when they sleep, they're burning more calories than some people when they're walking around, just because they have so much muscle that they have to feed. Which brings me to my next next subject, which is your mind. You know, keeping a healthy mind is very important. Have you guys ever heard the term knowledge is power? Knowledge is power was actually created by Sir Francis Bacon, or he was the one that coined that term. He was a philosopher. And the way that this works is when you work your mind, it actually improves the way that your body functions. So if you're confident, if you're reading books and stuff, you're gonna naturally have more knowledge, and therefore you're gonna have more confidence in yourself. When was the last time you guys read a book? Let's be honest. Not for class, just when was the last time you guys read a book? Anyone want to answer that? There you go.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Anyone else? Oh, you're reading one right now?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. You know, actually, the statistics say that 43% of people that graduate high school have never read a book afterwards. That's kind of staggering, you know? 43% of people not reading a book after they graduate high school. I know we're much more educated and we would never do that. We'd never think of that. But I know maybe there's someone in here that hasn't. I don't know. I have. And whenever I find myself not reading for a while, I can't sleep well at night. And Healthy Life, KarenNews.com states 5 things. Reading exercises your mind. kind of like lifting weights, exercises your body. It makes you focus on one thing and therefore increasing brain activity. It relieves your stress. So whenever you're feeling stressed out, like you just got in a fight with your significant other, or you're arguing with your parents, just go read a book, because it takes your mind off reality. Kind of like watching TV, but when you're sitting in front of TV, like you're not actually using your brain. Things are just being thrown at you. Whereas when you read a book, you actually have to create something in your mind. It decreases the chance of Alzheimer's. My grandfather actually had Alzheimer's, and it's not a fun thing to deal with. So, I mean, you might not be thinking about that right now, but hey, later on you might be more inclined to start doing something about that. And it helps with your sleep. If you think reading books are boring, hey, great. Just throw one right by your bed and you'll probably read something really boring and fall right asleep. There's always something good about that. Okay, reading also can help you achieve your goals. And if you don't know how to achieve your goals, there are books for that as well. So, millions of self-help books are out there, and even if you aren't like interested in any of that, like you can just read fantasy, fiction, all that stuff. It's just good for you. It's overall a good thing for you. And finally, I'm going to move on to your mind. Does anybody in here take yoga or anything like that? I have a couple times. Really fun, yeah. How do you feel after? Relaxed, nice and relaxed?
Great.
Yeah. So meditation, yoga, and all that stuff, it's great for you because it helps you take yourself away from the world and just kind of focus on yourself and what you want to do. Meditation is great for lowering your heart rate while also increasing blood flow. I don't know if you guys know about blood flow and heart rate, but when your heart rate becomes too high, you start thinking irrationally and you don't make great decisions. But blood flow is good to keep the blood moving through and taking out all the toxin. It increases the self-awareness and confidence. This is always, confidence is probably one of the most important things that you can have for yourself in the world, because if you don't have confidence in yourself, no one else is going to have confidence in you. So you just kind of have to take time to reflect on yourself and then bring yourself back into the world. So that's kind of tying into self-reflection. I've read a lot of self-help books, or people that have made a lot of money, who are very successful, and they always say they take at least 10 minutes out of their day to sit back and think about themselves and to think about what they can do. So when you reflect, think about what you're going to do before you do it. That doesn't mean sit back and be like, okay, what should I do next? It's kind of you step back from the world and then think about what you're going to do later on that day. In conclusion, I've given you guys a couple tips, or I've given you guys, I'm not supposed to say you guys, I did it twice. I've given everyone in this class a few tips on how to maintain a healthy lifestyle and feel better about themselves. Now it's up to you to take these tips, whether you like it or not. Maybe you just take one, that's fine. But overall, I feel like if you at least take one, your quality of life will be greatly improved. Thank you very much.